Now, the first thing, I think I've already made it, but still it will be good to go through what is jhana. Okay. Jhana, in simple words, means 5-stage attainment. First, vitakka, meaning you'll debate on what to be done and what shouldn't be done. So there are two debates which happen. One is a sensuality debate, and one is out of the senses. It's beyond the senses instead of out of senses. You can say beyond the senses. So, what is in senses? The senses have object, subject. That is senses. And what is beyond the senses is the object are removed, senses are there. So, there is no connection between the senses and the sense object. Example, let us say I want to eat Toblerone. It's a sense enjoyment to the tongue because there is already a registered uh, information about Toblerone, which is good. So now I bring Toblerone and I cut it and I eat it. And within a second or two, it melts and it's gone. Then I eat the second piece and third piece and fourth piece like that. And the entire Toblerone is over. Same thing with ice cream, same thing with dress, same thing with job, same thing with every given thing. So we can keep on doing. Same thing with house, same thing with money, same thing with car, same thing with business. All the thing is sensual related. There's nothing wrong in it. So first thing we need to know is that there is an enjoyment of the senses. And that is real. It's not that it is virtual. It's not that it is not at all there. Sense enjoyment is there. There's an effort that needs to be put to have sense enjoyment. Even if you want to enjoy something out of the senses, also, there would be an effort. So, whether you enjoy the senses or you don't want to enjoy the senses, the effort is the same. There's no thing in this world where we get anything without putting any effort. We will have to put effort. So, effort is required no matter what we do. So, the first things we are introduced in life as soon as we are born is sensuality. So, we are addicted, call it as addiction, call it as holding on to, call it as craving, whatever name we want to give. It's real. There's nothing to say that we shouldn't be. Like I'm wearing this Apple t shirt. Why? Because I like Apple. Simple. There's a there's a sensual enjoyment, let's say. I have all Apple products because it works. I have not seen any problem with Apple. So I have all Apple products. So the question comes, shouldn't I have Apple products at all? And the answer is no. That will be stupidity. Because there is sensual enjoyment. Number one. Now, is that the ultimate enjoyment? And the answer is no. That's not the ultimate. There is something which is far beyond the sensual enjoyment. And yes, I think Viren, you are on two places.
Yeah, I think somebody called me, so it was disconnected. So I don't know
Okay.
how to.
Okay.
Anyway,
No worries, no worries. Let me try to mute you. Hold on. So I can do that. Okay. So now what I can do is I can come to a thing or a state called a jhanic. It's from two words, jha, jhayati, jha means to still. Jhana means to stilled out. You are literally stilling out. Stilling out what? Stilling out the pain or the effort you're going to put to get something. Instead, it just comes to you by putting the same amount of effort. Let's say the effort I take to buy a MacBook Pro, if I were to sit in one place, I can get far better enjoyment than buying MacBook Pro. Or what I did in Australia, if I had to go to Sunshine Coast and then Gold Coast and this place and that place, like a usual traveler, when I come back to Bangalore, I can only remember my days in Australia, which brings in pain. Then I have to again travel one another day to see the same place, which will not give me the same enjoyment, which is was given on the first time when I went. Same thing with MacBook Pro. The first time I opened that computer, and it's so nice to touch. It's a very good smell. So, considering that, the enjoyment what I got by picking up the MacBook Pro, bringing it to the home, opening the box, opening the wrapper, then the MacBook, when I press, it says hello. And then 10 minutes time, it's normal. Like what we did in San Francisco. We went to the Apple store. We bought iPhone 16 Pro. The smell was very good. Removed the box. Then he showed the phone. And you click the photo and gone. Then it was normal. Now, considering this, can I do something which is more lasting than this sensual thing? Is there anything in this world which is far beyond the sensuality? And there is. And hence I go into jhana. So, first we need to be convinced on why we are doing jhana. Otherwise, it will be no use. We're just doing because we have to do it. Or we are Buddhist, or we are this, or we are that. Doesn't make any sense. We are doing it because there is something far beyond sensuality. Clear? Now, the first thing I need to do is to get into non sensual state to enter into jhana. What is the meaning of non sensual state? I need to look at the drawback of sensuality and reflect upon the drawback. Can be relationships, can be family, can be house, and can be, and all of that require maintenance. There is nothing in this world where I can say there is no maintenance required. All relationships require maintenance. Houses require maintenance. Job requires maintenance. Everything requires maintenance. You need to maintain. So when I see this maintenance problem, I see the dukkha because its maintenance is pain actually. Let's say I need to take an insurance cover for life, for the house, for the car, for my stay. Everything requires some kind of maintenance. And then I'm not too sure with the money I have, can I run my family? So I need to keep on doing it. I know there's no point, but I need to do it. Now, then the second question comes, can I enter into jhana even when I'm doing this? That's livelihood. You can't cut my livelihood. Can I do something? And the answer is yes. You can still do whatever you're doing, but I can give up the craving for sensual, looking at the drawbacks. In Pali, this is called adinava, meaning drawbacks, defects. And then there's another word called as nissarana. Samsarana is circling around that, and nissarana is cutting out that. That means escape. And there's another word for pleasure is asada. In Sanskrit or in Indian language called aswada. Swad, you would have heard about it. Aswada means relishing it. And in Pali, it is asada, pleasure. Okay. Now then the question comes, is there a pleasure far, far, far better than the senses? Yes. And that level of stillness, that means going into that, is jhana. And the person who is doing it is called jhayaka, one who is stilling it, meaning stilling his mind so that he gets the natural taste of pleasure than the material pleasure. That means created pleasure. Material means what? Let's understand in a proper way. What is matter? Matter means five elements. Anything that created out of five elements require maintenance. So can there be something which is far beyond any maintenance, and you should be able to get it at will, whenever, wherever you are? And that kind of existence is jhanic existence. And that is bliss. Word bliss. In Sanskrit, ananda. Also Pali, ananda. Nanda means enjoyment. Ananda means unextinguishable enjoyment, meaning it will last and last and last forever. So then, can I take a flight from Bangalore to Brisbane on a jhanic tour? Yes. There are 9 steps to that. 4 on the Rupa, 4 on the Arupa, and cancelling out both the Rupa and Arupa will make it the 9th. So, what is that I need to do to get there? Very simple. Is see the drawback of the senses, not the sense organs, the senses attaching to the sense object. Like the Gold Coast, or sorry, the Sunshine Coast, we went marine, where it started to rain and we couldn't enjoy. We have whole of the first night or first day we spent only in the cabin instead of wherever we wanted to go. No beach was seen. And the second day we went to the beach, but not really. So is when you went in driving here, there. So take that as an example. And if you take, then you can seclude yourself. Again, there's a problem with seclusion. People think seclusion means running away. No. See the drawback and stay wherever you are. Don't run to any other place. You just seclude from the sensual pleasure. And then take an object. And that object is breath, because it is free. For everything you have to pay. If you want to go to a hotel, you have to pay. You have to go to a room, you have to pay. You have to construct a room, also you have to pay. You have to construct a Shunyagara, you have to pay. You want to go to Dhammagiri, you have to pay. Meaning you have to at least take your car and drive to Dhammagiri or whichever that place is. But can I sit in the same place, take the breath which is free, and enter into the first jhana, meaning first level of stillness, where it cuts off sensuality, it cuts off immoral deeds. Now, what can happen? Well, I can be happy for the whole day. Maybe I'm doing everything in whatever, eating, sitting, standing, shitting, drinking tea or drinking coffee or drinking water, walking, in whatever postures. I can be in the most happiest state of thought created happiness, because there's no sensual happiness. There is non sensual happiness. So the first jhana is a debate between what to be done and what to not be done. So I take breath as my object. So the slowly the thoughts get cut. The sights, the sound, taste, the smell will not bother me. It can be there. So let's say we are going to the Gold Coast this time. I don't have to be excited about Gold Coast. But I can be going to Gold Coast. Not that I shouldn't be going to Gold Coast, but there's nothing called Gold Coast which will give me happiness. So I'm sitting in the car, enjoying the ride, looking at arising, passing, and that gives me a blissful state. And that's it. I'm in the first jhana with savitakka, that is that object, savichara, consistently on that object. I'm getting piti, sukha, ekagata. So these are the 5 steps in jhana. So this is the first state of our journey. So now this Veena is sitting here and Mrutyunjay is sitting on the opposite side, and Ashwin is there on the right hand side. So they are also listening to this jhana. So I'm wishing that they can enter into jhana while I'm speaking. Let's see. Then we come to the second jhana, what it really means. You don't have to, or I don't have to put an effort on the breath watching. The breath watching becomes normal. Same from wherever house I am having, I'm driving to Gold Coast. I don't have to watch the breath. Automatically, it's watching by itself. So the pleasure starts, but the joy is more because I don't have to put any effort. It's just like on an automatic car. You put on a drive and then the gears are automatic. You don't have to think what gear should I put now. Yeah, I just have to see it's not in P, it is in D. And now there you go. It goes by itself. Let's say the road is empty and 100 kilometers is the speed. I go on a cruise control, 100, it just goes 100. I don't have to do anything. I have a joy of going at 100. That's exactly the second jhana. So I can enter into second jhana, stay in that second jhana for a long period of time. So if I compare the eating of Toblerone or ice cream or tea or coffee or food or whatever, it hardly takes even a moment. Whereas here, I'm just in that joyous state for a long time. So, in general, if you do it right, it stays for 3 days. You'll be joyous irrespective of whatever condition, external condition. You'll be joyous. If the joy is let coming down, again watch the breath, the joy increases. So you can be in joy for days together. So compared to the Toblerone experience, this joy is far amazing. But that's not all. There's a third one, even more better than joy. is pleasure. Now, what is the difference between joy and pleasure? In joy, when we say enjoy, what we are trying to say is the body is soaked with a kind of feeling which fills you from everywhere, and hence the joy. Let's say I'm going at 100 miles, 100 kilometers an hour, and I'm driving very well. And the person sitting next to me says that you're driving pretty good. This is joy, but that is sensual joy because I'm expecting that person next to me to tell me that I'm doing good. At that moment, there is joy. You know there is a joy. So you're waiting for appreciation because there is joy. Now there is no need for that. You just get the same soaking effect all throughout. So let's say we have to drive 200 kilometers or 300 kilometers, 3 hours ride. Okay. What's the output of that? After 3 hours, you are not tired. It's not that you love driving and hence you are not tired. It didn't tire you out because the joy cuts tiredness. It's really your enjoy. Then we come to the third one, which is pleasure. When we have pleasure, let's say I take the same old case of ice cream and I eat and lick it, that mouth opening is pleasure. Now, can I have a pleasure of driving? Can I have a pleasure of relationship? Yes, but they are temporary. They are temper and worry bound. Either I get temper or I get worried. If they're going away, I get worried. If they are not behaving the way I want, it is temper. So, temper and worry. Here, it's there. No reason for pleasure not being there. So, you feel the same pleasure, no pressure, just the pleasure. So, what happens when I am having pleasure? What should happen? It is like floating in still water. Let's take a scenario. Now, this Shaniel has a pool, swimming pool. He's not cleaned it anyway, but let's say he takes effort to clean it. And he were or we were to sit there on a hot, sunny Australian afternoon, temperature soaring up to 35 degrees centigrade. And you just get into the pool, it just cools you from everywhere. Every pore of your body is cooled. That's pleasure. You don't feel like getting out. If somebody disturbs, you want to kill that fellow because that's real pleasure. Come on, don't disturb me. After a while, it goes away. But when I first get into the pool, I'm sweating like crazy, humid condition. And Shaniel says, I have a pool. I say, wow, but come very slowly into the pool. Don't jump into the pool. Just walk slowly. Okay. Undress all your clothes because you will not feel cold. You'll not feel cool. So I undress every garment I have and then jump into the pool. No, I walk inside the pool. Still water, cool, still water. No dipping allowed, just till here. And then from the top, he starts spraying water and it gives a thrill, a joy, and pleasure. Joy for the water falling, pleasure for the effect. Can I get the same one in jhana? Yes. Far better than that cool effect of that swimming pool. How long can that last? Minimum a week to 10 days. That's a comparison you can make. You will be in pleasure, irrespective of whatever you're doing, for 7 to 10 days. What you can do is, if it is coming down, just increase watching it, the pleasure increases. Stays for a few days. So you can continue for 30 days or even more by this managing it. Then it dips. Not that it is going to stay forever. No matter what you do, it will go down. Then the fourth one is equanimity. Now let's understand what is equal, sama, equal parts. One part is pleasure, another part is pain. Both are devoid, removed. So you are in the still water, neither you find it painful nor you find it pleasurable of the body or of the mind, and yet you don't want to get out of it. In the same way, you are in this state for a long and long period of time. If the third jhana were to come for 7 to 10 days, obviously the equanimity should surpass everything. And hence, Buddha closes this at 4 jhanas in Samma Samadhi, because you are in the most equanimous state of mind. Neither you like anything, nor you dislike anything. Now, to give an example, if Marin were to ask me, why don't we go to this place? I'll say yes. And if Bobby says we shouldn't be going to that place, I'll say yes. Because there is neither a pleasure of going to that place, nor there is a pain of not going to that place. So, that being the state of the mind, you can stay for even more long effect. So, these are the 4 Rupa Jhanas which one can practice. Supposing I were to die in this state, I will land in the Anagami realm. Today. Today means this moment. So we can count you're dying in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Out. So you're there. It's called Suddha Vasa. Suddha means pure. Vasa is stay or abode, pure abodes. How do you know? Well, your equanimity says it all, because you've seen it for yourself. Nothing to be believing. So if you start on the first jhana, you will accomplish 4 jhanas. This is Rupa Jhana. Any questions? Anything you want to discuss?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
You mentioned earlier that about going cold for just what right.
Hey, your voice is breaking. I can't hear anything.
1 second.
Now I can
Can you-
hear. Now I can hear.
Okay. So, as you mentioned about driving to Gold Coast or wherever, and you're just sitting and watching arising and passing away and getting into the first jhana. So, is that the method, or you still have to watch the breath for that to get into first jhana? Or
No, you have to be on the breath. Let's say Marin starts the car And from her home or Bobby's and Marin's home, the moment they reverse the car, I should be watching the breath on the periphery, meaning the peripheral awareness. I'm listening to what Marin is saying. I'm listening to what Bobby is saying. But the primary awareness is the breath, or primary object is the breath. Okay. Now let's say Marin takes her iPhone and she son puts at Gold Coast, from her home to Gold Coast, let's say 2 hours. I don't know how many hours. Just giving example, 2 hours, right? So she loves driving anyway, and Bobby doesn't like driving. So Bobby sits back, I sit front, and she's sitting and driving. She loves to drive. She can add one flavor to that. He's just watch like this. Is sitting, just watch everything coming, going, and watch the breath. What happens? You enter into non-sensual state. Now driving becomes effortless. Even if somebody were to ask, drive 500 kilometers for me, okay, because there's nothing to be done. You are not driving. The car is driving. You are watching. All along, I was thinking, I am driving. That's a pain. You are supposed to drive the car. You are not supposed to drive yourself. The car will do it for you. Why you should be worried about it? Only thing I need to be worried is whether something will come in between or not. Anyway, you are not staying in India to see something is coming. 99% you will not get anyone, except crazy cases might be there, but otherwise, no. Let's say the roads are pretty empty, no cars, nothing, as an example. You're just watching breath, and these things are going on periphery. You are in first jhana. So you didn't have to close your eyes and do it in the first place. So you can just drive. And you can do it today, not tomorrow. Sorry, it's already 8 plus PM. Viren, if you want, you can try this out. It works.
No, I won't be driving now. I think Shania will drive, but I won't do that night.
I'm not
He has to
talking
go to the.
Shaniel driving now, but I'm saying tomorrow morning you can try it out from your,
Yeah, yeah. Tomorrow I can do. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you can drive and see. You'll find it. Yes, Merin.
Similarly, when you talked about the watching the feet, is that the similar thing what you're talking about? Like when you're walking,
Yes, same, same,
watching the
same,
feet is
same,
the
same,
same thing.
same,
Yeah.
same.
So
What you
I
got in
actually,
that?
it was really like fun that today I took a video of myself walking and in the hospital. So it was like my feet.
Yeah,
Just,
very nice.
so just my feet just moving in the front, and so it was really like good to watch it again and again in a higher speed, and I could just feel that it was just moving, like you can just feel that what you taught us, and just to watch the feet watching moving, like.
Yes.
And
So
when I played it in a higher speed, like it was just like even more
enjoyable, actually.
interesting. Yeah.
Yes, very interesting. Yeah, that's right. So if you sustain that, Marin, if you can sustain that for a long time, the sensual thoughts will just collapse. You will not feel like eating. You will not feel like sleeping. You will not feel like seeing. You will not feel like hearing. You will not feel like touching. Like Maya coming and licking your feet or something, you don't feel anything. In fact, you feel it, that poor animal doesn't know what it is doing. Because that's what the pleasure outside the senses are. So it's far better. So the first jhana, second, and third, and fourth. So 4 gears, let's say. You have attempted all the 4 gears. So you can be in equanimity for a month. No matter what happens. Meaning the world falls down also, you're equanimous. Somebody curses you, somebody abuses you, somebody shouts at you, or whatever it is. You are not willing to come out of that jhana, because now that you have seen, there is a better pleasure than reacting to the sensual thing. So what do you hear? Some guy shouting in the ear, it just irritates and goes away. What is your problem? Anyway, it goes away. Some sound. So no reaction. It's beauty. So 4 jhanas. Yes. Viren, go ahead.
You said you can stay there for a month or whatever, 2 weeks. So to stay there, we have to keep watching the breath, or without watching the breath, we
There's
still
no
can.
need. And then second jhana onward, there's no need to watch the breath. It automatically does. It's just like your automatic car. You just
So
have to.
once you,
Yes, go ahead.
so once you enter, you would stay there forever.
Yes, because it knows how to do it. The consciousness knows how to get pleasure out of anything. See,
But but
yes,
then why just 1 week or 1 month?
because that's the
Then
max it can stay unless you do something. So it fades away. Everything fades away. The senses fades away faster. The sensual pleasure fades away very fast. You see this, Viren, wherever I have gone in Australia, that is Brisbane only, never gone to Melbourne or to Sydney or Perth or whatever it is. Let's say Brisbane. Did I see all of Brisbane? No. But wherever I have gone, it's all gone. Now, only thing that remains is the photographs and the videos I have taken. I have taken, Marine has taken, whoever has taken, they have uploaded it. And that's the only memories, memorables I have. Can I reproduce it? Not possible. In my life, I can't. It's gone. And you know what? I had really one ice cream. That too, Marine got it on that day. Otherwise, that ice cream also wouldn't have happened. So good thing that at least she bought an ice cream for both of us. So we both ate like children, and then she took a photograph, and that is
No,
there.
that's a lie. Actually, we had ice cream again at home.
Ah, yes. Sorry, I had forgotten. Okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. We had ice cream at home. Okay, two
But
ice
that was
creams.
not the cone ice cream. Yeah,
That's a cone ice cream. Okay, 2 ice creams.
out of the
Sorry.
tub.
Yes. Sorry about it. It would become a lie. Yes, you are right. Huh?
You forgot.
I
Yeah, that's all.
forgot. Yeah, because I only remembered that thing. Yeah, so we bought an ice cream at home. Let's take that also. It's gone. I can't reproduce anything I did in Brisbane, but I can reproduce jhana again and again and again and again and again and again and again. That's a beauty. None of the sensual things I can reproduce. It's gone means gone forever. Cannot get back. My life in San Francisco or in Brisbane, it's gone forever.
and if somebody is like a Shrotapan, if that person stays in first or second jhana all the time or not really?
Yeah, he can. He can. Like even.
But not necessary.
No, wait a second. To enter into jhana, you don't have to be a sotapana at all. You can learn this same thing without even being on Buddha Dhamma. I can be following Hindu religion or a Christian religion or an Islam or whatever, or an atheist also. I don't have any religion identity. I can learn this art of doing it. Need not be a person of Buddhist only, not all. So you can. In fact, my son also can, or anybody can, if they know how to enter.
Yeah,
That's all.
no, I know I can, but my question was like, if you are a Shotapan or somebody, will that person automatically stays in that stage or not?
It doesn't matter. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Hmm.
What is required is you require to come out of sensuality and you require to come out of immoral deeds. It doesn't matter whether I am a Sotapanna or not. See, I need to suppress the thing. So let me give you an example. Instead of breath, let's take Om. Or I keep on reciting, Hail Jesus, Hail Jesus, Hail Jesus, like that. Or I keep on saying Om Namah Shivaya, or I can say Om, Om, like that, or whatever, Soham, or whatever it is, some sound. As soon as it touches 108, it automatically becomes a resonance. So it starts mentally chanting the same Hail Jesus, Hail Jesus, Hail Jesus, like that. Yes. So what I can do is, if I've done this much, I can enter into first jhana. I don't have to follow Buddha Dhamma or whatever that is. Forget that. I can be an atheist, totally disbeliever of God or this or that. I can learn this. I can stay. So it's not religious or a tradition, because jhaya is something which is there in every being, from the Brahma realm to the lowest realm, but they don't know how to do it. That's all.
I think being a Shotapan is also not
In Sotapanna,
is also not a religious, right?
no, it's not a religion at all. It's Sotapanna means he's not going to do something which will take him to the lower existence. That's all. It's nothing to do with I am a Buddhist and hence a Sotapanna. That would be idiotic. If we attach a value to something which doesn't have any value, it's one of the foolish things we could have ever done in our lives. Meaning to say, we are putting some label just for identification. In reality, it's not true. Okay. In fact, there is a sutta where Buddha talks like exactly what I'm saying. He says, why you should follow what I'm saying is because you will extinguish from there. But other normal person will achieve this but comes down. That's the only difference. There's nothing else. So a Sotapanna can also do it. A normal person also can do it. And she's asking a question, any religious person can enter into 8 jhanas? Absolutely, why not? Why? Let's take Uddaka Ramaputta. Was he a Buddhist? He was a teacher for Gautama. He explained to him 8 jhana and Gautama learned it. He did not wanted to join there because he thought that there's something missing. So he went in search of something. And then Alara Kalama, he taught him 7th jhana. So you think Gautama Buddha invented these things? No, it's there always. You can. So to enter into 7th jhana or 8th jhana, somebody should have done the first jhana, second, third, fourth, five, six, seven, eight. It's not something only Buddhists can do or Sotapanna can do. Nothing like that. Anybody can do it. Any human who can come out of sensuality can do it. Any question? Done? Good. Okay, so now the difference between a normal individual entering into four jhana and a anagami enter into four jhana. What's the difference? What is an anagami and what is a normal person? An agami is coming. Anagami is non-coming. He doesn't come. Agama is to come. Agami, one who arrives. Anagama is one who doesn't arrive. Now, where does he not arrive? He doesn't arrive into the womb. Why? Because to enter into the womb, you require six senses. If the six senses were not to be there for that person to enjoy or to suffer, from where can he enter the womb existence? It's not possible. So he enters into the fourth jhana and a place meant for anagamis. Whereas a normal person entering into four jhana, after it evaporates, he can enter into anything, including the lower realm, because he has not closed the door to the apayas. Apayas means danger. Or apaya. Paya is foundation. Apaya is foundationless. So you're not put a foundation. So now you can fall anywhere, meaning that being can fall anywhere. So the difference between the Buddha Dhamma and any other is in Dhamma, you go by the nature of things so that you really don't do some stupid actions which will call you to be born in the lower realms of existence. That's it. So that's the difference between a fourth jhana person and an anagami. So they both will enter into the swimming pool of Shenial. One will be established in the existence meant for anagamis, and one will be just in equanimity as soon as it fades away. Or let's say he dies in that. Let's say in that swimming pool there was one snake. It bit this person, it bit an anagami also. And anagami also dies, and then this person also dies. Where does this person end up? As soon as it fades away. So let's say it fades away in 30 days. After 30 days of human 30 days is nothing. So instantaneously, it just takes another form based upon whatever is coming there. Whereas in case of an anagami, since he has cut off the five lower fetters, there is no way he can be reborn anywhere except for that place only. So he will be reborn in that place. That's it. Over. And that's the reason I am doing this. Otherwise, both can achieve all the four jhanas. There's absolutely no doubt. So let's say I take SRF, Self Realization Fellowship, Yogananda's program. If you have heard about Yogananda, he has written autobiography of a yogi. So then I join Yogoda, and then I enter into the order of Yogoda, and I join the Self-Realization Fellowship program. And they teach me Soham meditation, and I do that meditation. What will I get? I will exactly get the 8th jhana from 1 to 8. Should
The
I?
same as Kriya Yoga.
Yeah, Kriya Yoga, correct. Now, can I multiply? Can I become more people? Yes. Babaji has done it. Then Yukteswar has done it. Lahiri Mahasai has done it. And so also Yogananda in California. He has done it. So it's fine. Then should I follow Yogananda? Yes, why not? If my idea is to get into 8 jhanas, why not? So they call Christ consciousness, ISKCON, Krishna consciousness. And somebody can call some other consciousness. Basically, what they're all referring to is as the consciousness purifies, so it can enter into the jhanas. As it gets entangled, it can get into Kamaloka. That's all. Which is Gold Coast. So to enter into Gold Coast, I have to do so many schemes. I have to convince all of you to call me again. And then maybe I will enter into Gold Coast. But I have to exit out of Gold Coast. Then the fun is over. Can I enter at will? No. Can I exit at will? No. So why don't I drop it off completely and enter into jhana? Because I can enter and exit, enter, exit as many number of times in a day without need to have any senses. That's the best I can do for myself. So I can be in all 8 jhanas all the time. At least first 4 rupa jhanas. So 6 more minutes remaining. We'll take the arupa jhanas later because it's a huge one. At least I think I require many days to explain how to enter and exit. So these are the first 4 jhanas. You can do it for yourself, DIY. Do it yourself. The first jhana, take the breath. Second jhana, it automatic. Third jhana, you get the pleasure. Fourth jhana, you get equanimity. For some people, they see light. That's fine. It's good light. Nothing to be worried about, alarmed about, light. And it will see like more than 10 suns coming together. It's so bright and so sublime and so warm. You feel, this is exactly what I wanted to be in. And that stays for a lingeringly long time. You just be in that soaking thing. Okay, so that's all about on the jhana. The 4 jhanas. I don't know, Shaniel, how far you have done all of this, mastered. I suppose you have done it. And looks like from your face, you've done all of these in this fashion. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. I was just, going through the jhanas. I was in fourth just for most of the talk. It's harder for me to get into the arupa jhanas sitting and listening. I can't do that yet. Well, I haven't really tried, so I have to keep practicing.
Yes, so I wanted all of you to get into jhana while I'm talking and doing it. So it's good. If you're able to get into the jhanas, appreciate it. I'm seeing that you are in that, so that's the reason I said. Nice. You can also see, I can also see that you are in jhana.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll try the other 4. So then there's no need for me to come.
Come, everybody wants you to come. So
Okay.
good.
Okay. It's nice. Yeah. Marin, you wanted to say something? No. Okay. And Janak is full red eye. He said he can't open his camera and he can't breathe and all that. Janak, one thing for you, you don't have to close your eyes and watch the breath. You can use any other object apart from the breath. Take walking as your object.
Yeah, Vilasji, but I feel very restless because I can't breathe at all. So that's the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
heard from my son that you're going in some operation or something in July or
Yeah.
something.
That I have to do it, but that will fix the physical thing. But that allergy, what happens? That I have to cure that as well. Otherwise, that won't help. But let's see. Yeah.
Okay. Let's hope it does good for you.
Thanks, Vilasji.
Hmm. Yeah, hope you get better soon, Jana.
Yeah, thanks. Shannon.
Sounds worse than when I saw you last time.
Yeah. It happens like, every couple of years, like, it happened. And it's a worst. I know I can't breathe, so it is. What's the suffering?
Yeah, it's hard to do anything then.
Yeah, hard to do anything. Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets,
even
he
I
gets
can't
tired
speak.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Janak, don't speak. You just relax. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah. Thanks.
Viren, anything you have? Any questions on this 4 jhanas?
No, Vilasji, I'm good. Thank you. It was
Okay.
nice.
Okay. So you can practice it all the 4, all the time. And you can see the first jhana stays for a few days, 2 or maximum 2 days. You can see the second jhana without doing anything will stay for 3 days minimum. A third jhana, you see that it stays for a week. And 4th jhana stays for a very long time. You're equanimous. Any question, Ashwin? I know that. I know we are discussing and you're worried on the 4th jhana. So I said how the 4th jhana would be. See, he has a swimming pool. Just like you go in the swimming pool, you get the pleasure, and the pleasure is gone. There's no pain, there's no pleasure. It's exactly sama, equal. No pleasure, no pain in the body, in the mind. Okay, so that's equanimity. SRS is called equanimity because it's equal part. No this way and no that way, just in the center. And the Pali word upekha. Yeah. And what happens is one thing you need to notice is that your face will change. Will become more smiley kind because you are just filled up with that. So, your eyes will have some shine. So then I don't have to go to Sunshine Coast to see this eyes shine. You know what happened? We went to Sunshine's Coast and there was no sunshine. It was only rainy shine.
Now I heard a lot of times that I am with Bobby. Looks like I'm in that container.
Okay, so should we then end for day? It's
Thank
already
you very much.
9 o'clock for you, 9:01. Okay.
Good to see everybody as well. Hope you're all well.
Yes. So you all meet on 10th. Don't
Next
forget.
weekend. Yeah.
Don't forget to log in physically on 10th.
Okay.
Thank you, Blessing.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Have a good
Good
day.
night. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.